Unfortunately, the bad news are always more interesting than the good news. So if you mentioned the crime rate, I could only say that we've stayed and in very close contact with the British law enforcement agencies. We have cooperated very well. We are ready always to increase this cooperation, to send more Romanian police officers, because I think that fighting together we can have important results. So the idea is that we are absolutely committed to work together with your police officers to fight the criminality which might have a source in of Romanian citizens.
I'm curious, Mr. Ponta, because nearly 70% of all begging offences in London are Romanians, about 90% of all cash machine offences, about 80% of pickpocketing offences are Romanians. Why do you think it is that the Romanians are so active this way in crime, in particular in London?
I'm afraid this is a more complex situation which regards the cultural integration and our historic incapacity. I'm talking about not only Romania but the whole region to better integrate the Roma representatives minority. So it's something that we have changed the strategy in the last period, and we tried to cooperate with the European Commission and some of the member states, UK, France, Germany, and we have invested much more in better integrating the Roma community back here in Romania, not to simply wash our hands and to say that it's some other's responsibility. We are not going to have strong results in short term because nothing can be changed in several weeks or months, but we can have solid results if we work together, and we are very, very pragmatic in implementing all the strategies, and in medium and long term we will see the results.
So what you're saying is that the criminal fraternity amongst Romanians is largely Romanian Roma?
This is what your police officer has informed us, and your statistics that most of the Romanian citizens which are involved in these small criminality acts are belonging to the Roma minority. I think it's my responsibility as a Prime Minister, and it's our responsibility as a European continent to very seriously and responsibly try to offer better conditions, to better educate and to better integrate the Roma community people back here in Romania or Bulgaria or Hungary or the Eastern European countries. And as I said, having a more pragmatic and effective strategy, it's an important thing, but having results on a short term, it's going to be more difficult.
Romania has already lost about 3 million people to emigration in recent years. Common sense tells us that when the doors open to Britain next year, many, many more will come here.
No, fortunately, this is not true, because we have, as you mentioned, 3 million Romanians. Since 2007, they have found new jobs, new lives, especially in Spain and Italy, which are the countries where our culture and language makes the adaptation much easier. So I would speak on behalf of the 99.5% of the honest and hardworking Romanians living abroad. Of course, the ones doing illegal things are more visible in the media, but it doesn't make all the others blame or guilty for this. So according to all the independent researches, and even the British government has benefited from this kind of independent researches, the Romanians that wanted to emigrate, they have already done it, and the 1st of January will see absolutely no significant change in this.
Mr. Ponta, if the EU is to mean anything to future generations, it has to be a two-way street. Rewards must be both ways. I can see what Romanians get from Britain, but in your view, what does Britain get from Romania?
I think that being a member of the European family, it implies advantages and disadvantages, responsibilities, and sharing common values. And freedom, all kinds of freedoms, is maybe one of the most important values. I would say that United Kingdom, because you mentioned UK, has had in Romania, not only Romania, all the countries in the eastern part of Europe, strong partners, strategic partners, political partners, but even economic partners, because a lot of jobs are still in UK, because medium market like Romania, 20 million inhabitants, it's open to UK economy. We have had important investments of UK companies here in Romania, and our economy is growing in a time of decrease at the European level. And I think that a united Europe would be more fitted to resist in the competition, in the worldwide competition, with some big countries from Asia, United States, and all over the world. This is my view, and I think that it's a common project, and it's important to see the advantages, not only the disadvantages of this important project in which I strongly believe.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Ponta, that's why we've had you on the show tonight. Many thanks for your time. We really do appreciate it.
I appreciate very much. Thank you very much.